the session already. Everybody knows Krishna's marriage, isn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
so you all know Krishna's marriage anyway, isn't it? Which marriage do you know? All the marriages?
I don't know any
No,
of them.
Maybe
my,
three marriages, that's all.
you know the three marriages. Excellent. So in that case, Amrita can do one of the marriage today.
We just know the facts, but when it comes from you, we will know the meaning and all, Kailash Kari. So what I know is definitely irrelevant. I mean, at least by now, I know that for sure.
No. How about all of us? Like, can you come on the screen? I can see some of the faces. I know I haven't done any makeup or anything. So,
I'll just come back in 5 minutes. I mean, come on.
no problem. And it doesn't have to make you to go to do the makeup and come. Don't. It's fine. You can sit without showing off. Great. So actually, Krishna has joined today. Krishna, my son, he wants action stories. So basically, I was telling he said, I'm coming, so I need an action story. So we'll do an action story. Okay, just to keep them.
Papa, could we do Noah's Ark?
Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark, next class I will do.
Okay, cool.
He only created Noah's Ark. Noah is our guy only.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was from the Jewish.
They have just copied our Noah's Ark. So
Really?
next class, I'll positively do next 2 classes Noah's Ark for you. Okay?
Don't worry, I'll come then.
It's more exciting and interesting because Noah's Ark, everybody started. See, these people would know Noah's Ark better than me, but they wouldn't know the original Noah's Ark, which came from our Sanatana Dharma. So next class, I'll do that. I promise you. This class, we'll do Krishna's wedding. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
With your
great.
permission, Anita Garu and Mini, if they say okay, then we'll do.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this wedding, because it's an action story, there are nice action stories. Rukmini's story is also a very good action story. Noah's Ark is a fun and enjoyable story. So Krishna, next class, full fun story about Noah's Ark. Okay, but I can't finish Noah's Ark, which is there in Sanatana Dharma, in one session. So you would need to give me, Krishna, you need to come for 2 sessions. So this way, I'm actually making sure he comes to my class. So I'm happy. Is that okay? Noah's Ark, next 2 classes, students. This class, Krishna's story. So this is about Krishna's wedding to his 5th wife. Who was 5th wife of Krishna? Her name is Satya. And Namaste, Divyaji, yes. So you know who's the 5th wife of Krishna? No, okay. So her name is Satya. Beautiful lady, absolutely beautiful. And she is from Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is one of the most populous states in India, right? And the interesting part is that they call that as Awadh region, Awadh cuisine and everything. And if you see from the Ramayana itself, I told you, so one part of Uttar Pradesh was under the Koshala kingdom, from where Kaushalya came, right? The other part is the Ayodhya part, where Rama came from. How I told you the story before, which is not in Ramayana, but pre-Ramayana days where Ravana actually, how he kidnaps Kaushalya and then takes and puts her in a wooden box and puts the thing inside the sea, and then how she gets retrieved, and then how she gets married to our guy, who Rama's dad. You remember that, yeah? No, Ravana's kidnapping of Sita, no. Ravana's kidnapping of Kaushalya. So I told you all those stories, right? So this one, this is again the Koshala kingdom. And Koshala and Ayodhya and all are very close because all are part of UP. And they've been very part. And this girl is basically, Satya is the princess of Koshala. Just like Kaushalya. She is actually the princess of Koshala. And because her dad's name is Nagnajat. So because her dad's name is Nagnajit, she was also called as Nagnajiti. Okay. In Tamil, we call her Napinnai, because pinnal basically means a beautiful tress of hair, and she used to beautifully wind it and nicely keep it. And Krishna used to dance a lot with Nagnajiti. She is very beautiful, and she used to do some fantastic dancing. And Krishna and Nagnajiti dance was very pretty. And it so happened there is also an episode where Satyabhama becomes a little jealous that Krishna dances more often with Nagnajiti. Okay, so she is the princess of Koshala, just like Kaushalya. And this is next generation. We are coming back along later generation, and Nagnajit's daughter. Now, Nagnajit, he is a Vedic scholar. Okay, and Koshala kingdom, normally they are all very pious people. If you see Kaushalya's dad also, he was a very pious man. So in the same way, Nagnajit was also a very pious man. Okay, and he was a Vedic scholar. And what he did is basically Skanda and Krishna, if you're there. So what he did is he put a thought condition in his mind. Because my daughter, Satya, is so pretty, yeah, uh, I will get her married to the one who is strong to, to make sure he can control 7 ferocious bulls. So he had 7 bulls. The bulls were very strong, had a massive lump on the top, and it had the horn of the bull was almost like serpent. It was linked like that, and it used to go like that, and very ferocious. And the only person who can control all the 7 bulls and who can overcome all the 7 bulls, he will be the one who can marry my daughter. Wherever, super, isn't it? If some of the bride's fathers start saying somebody has to control 1 bull, then only I'll give my daughter, then most of the men wouldn't get basically married nowadays. Okay. So the bullfight issue started from there. Krishna and Jiti's wedding. So Koshala basically, so all the people came to UP, to the Koshala part of UP, and lot of a lot of kings came, because I said this lady basically was very pretty. So a lot of them wanted to marry her. So Nagnajiti, a lot of people wanted to marry her. So a lot of kings came and attempted to um, come and overcome and control these bulls. Some people couldn't do even one. There were some who were very talented and they could do one bull or the second bull, but they couldn't actually do back-to-back 7. Okay. So when they couldn't do up to 7, I'll come to that in a minute in terms of what we have. This one is the 5th, and because there is a message from Anita ji, I'll come to that in a few minutes. So this one is the 5th, basically, Nagnajati, whom we are talking about. We'll come to the list because it's linked to the Ashtalakshmis, Ashtabaryas, Ashtalakshmis, 8 Bharyas, 8 wives, and 8 Lakshmis. Okay, so I'll come to that in 1 minute. So Krishna had 8 wives, yeah? You all know that, right? And this is the 5th one that I'm talking about. So Nagnajiti basically was very pretty, the dress that I spoke to you about. And then a lot of kings came to control the bulls. And after one point of time, nobody could. And at that time, Krishna basically came from Gujarat. And then what he did from Dwaraka. And he came and he stood in Koshala, in the land of Koshala, UP. And when he came and when he stood in the land of Koshala, when he came to the palace, immediately Nagnajit, the king, he's a Vedic scholar. So he immediately knew that God has come. Okay. So he was super happy because his daughter is going to get married to Krishna himself. So did he get her married to? Did Nagnajit directly get her daughter, his daughter, married to Krishna because Krishna has come? No. He said, "You have to control the 7 ferocious bulls. If you can show that you're controlling, then I'll give my daughter." Because he has taken a sankalpa, right? He has taken a thought. A sankalpa means he has taken a resolve that I will get my daughter married to the person who will control these 7 bulls. So then the story goes that Krishna goes onto the field, and then the 7 bulls are brought in front. And then, the bullfight kind of thing. Krishna controls one bull after another, and takes all the bulls into his control. He puts in the front of their face, he ties the noose and takes all of them in his control. Now, there are 2 types of stories here, one from Padma Puran and another from Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavatam, it says that he takes one-on-one all the 7 bulls and controls it. In the Padma Puran, it states that Krishna became 7, and at a time, all 7 of them, all 7 Krishnas, at a time controlled all the 7 together. Interesting. Yeah. After he controls, basically, then Nagnajit comes and he is super happy. Nagnajiti is super happy. And then Nagnajiti is offered to Krishna as his wife. And then a grand wedding is set out because she is the princess of UP, Koshala. And just like Kaushalya getting married to married to Dasharatha, in this scenario, here, the princess of Koshala, there at least Kaushalya got married to the incarnation's father, Rama's father, Dasharatha. Whereas in this scenario, this princess of Koshala, that is Nagnajiti, got an opportunity to marry the incarnation himself. And then, after the wedding, the Nagnajit starts a very interesting concept in which he gives what we call in Bhagavatam, it is said as dowry, where he gives 9 million people, men and women, basically. The numbers can vary. In Padma Puran, it says 900,000 people in service to Krishna. And then Krishna, Nagnajiti, then take their particular, along with the Yadava army. Krishna had brought his Yadava army. They take the particular, he takes his wife and the 900,000 people, and he goes to Dwaraka. When he is going to Dwaraka, there are few kings. I told you first, a lot of kings came and attempted to basically control these 7 bulls. You remember I told you, and they weren't successful. Some of those kings, because they were angry, they come and attack Krishna. And the Yadava army makes sure that Krishna is not affected by it. They fight and they move all those people, the kings. And then Krishna, Nagnajiti, and then the entire Yadava army and the 900,000 people who were given as dowry, all of them were taken to went to Dwaraka from Uttar Pradesh. Nice story, Krishna. Yeah. But obviously, this is not the story that matters to us. This is just the physical story. But if I'm going to just say the physical story, what is the point in it? Yeah. Is there a point in it? You should know why we are talking about it. And why am I using the word dowry and all? Correct? And why 7 ferocious bulls? Correct? Okay. So, interesting point is, let's go a little bit deeper into the story. So, who is Nagnajiti? That is the first question that we need to ask. So, Nagnajiti should be Mahalakshmi. Why she should be Mahalakshmi? because Narayana, God himself, is marrying her. Okay. Now, in the beginning, when I told about Ramayana, I told Rama got the entire Lakshmi in one body. That is Sita. But Krishna got the entire Lakshmi in 8 bodies. Ashta Lakshmis as Ashta Bharyas. So 8 Lakshmis as 8 wives. It is the same wife only. But he got it as 8 wives. Rama got her as one wife. Okay. So Sita became 8 in the concept of this thing. That's how you need to understand it. You shouldn't think that Krishna married 8 women, I should also marry 8 women. It was 8 women, one person who became 8. Okay. Now the important point is, who are these people and what are the aspects? So the Ashta Lakshmis became Ashta Bharyas. Now, one thing with Vedic tradition is, when we talk about Lakshmi, we will teach you 3 suktams. The first suktam is Shri Suktam. That is what you are learning right now. Shri is the first aspect of Lakshmi. And Shri Devi, we call her. And that is an aspect of auspiciousness. So when you chant the Shri Suktam, all the auspiciousness comes into your life. And Shri is the important point. But then there is another aspect called as Bhudevi, Bhumata. Yeah, Shri Devi, Bhudevi. We will teach you Bhu Suktam. Bhu Suktam is basically the earth. I told you the time when Sita showed her Bhudevi part. Because Sita was 1 in 8, 8 in 1. Ashtalakshmis in 1. So there were occasions where she showed every aspect of Mahalakshmi. So which part did I tell you where she showed the Bhudevi part?
Rama was sleeping.
I didn't say anything about Rama sleeping.
Uh,
So Bhudevi is the Bhumi Mata, the earth. She is always interested in whom?
Narayana.
No, in us. We are the children of earth.
Children. Okay.
Our body is basically made out of earth. So Bhudevi is always interested in us. Sri Devi is interested in Narayana.
Okay.
Okay. So Bhudevi is always interested in us. So she wants us to get moksha. And she wants us to merge with the divine. So what she does all the time is, she comes and does some work in such a way that we will merge with the divine. So how did Bhudevi actually act? Sita as Bhudevi, how did she do? First of all, she came out of out of earth, Bhumi. Okay, nobody gave birth to Sita. She was found from the earth. So she was a clear representation of Bhudevi. Okay, she went back into earth as well. Correct? So perfect representation. So how did she do? This was told by Janaka during the wedding of Rama. When he was doing his Kanyadan, Janaka told this very important thing, that this lady whom you are going to get married to, she will be like a shadow. I told you this before. You have to remember. Shadow. What does a shadow mean? Rama asks. Then he says, in the beginning, in the morning, what happens? Shadow comes behind you. In the afternoon, when the sun is on the top, shadow is walking right next to you. And when the evening comes a little bit later on, shadow goes in front and you will go behind the shadow. So think about Sita's work here as Bhudevi. Okay, start thinking a little bit into the scriptures, because the scriptures are hiding some details for you to actually get it out. So first, what happened when when Janaka gave Kanyadan to Rama, when Rama was going back to Ayodhya from Nepal to UP, when he was coming, Sita came behind him, nicely walking and coming. That's when he meets Parshurama. When Rama is meeting Parshurama, Sita is behind him. Sita is not with him, just walking behind him. Then what happens when Rama, basically later on in the middle aspect of the Ramayana, when Rama is asked to leave the forest, Then Sita says, I will walk with you. Okay,
Yes.
that's the time when she walks with him to the forest, goes everywhere. And then the next part is when the last part is, interesting part is, Sita goes first to Lanka. And then Rama follows her. Why does Sita go to Lanka? Because Sita, when she goes to Lanka, she knows that Rama will follow. And along with Rama, who comes? All the monkeys. What does this monkey represent? The minds. Our mind is the monkey mind. So all that monkey mind basically cross the ocean of samsara. Ocean of samsara means our life. Ocean of samsara. How did they manage to cross the ocean of samsara? By taking the name of the Lord. By doing the work of the Lord. By doing this, what they did, they crossed the ocean of samsara. And all of them got closeness to Rama. All those minds, millions of minds, got closeness to Rama. And who facilitated this? Bhudevi, Sita. Sita's design facilitated this particular mergence of all those people's mind with the Lord. Correct? So if you see all the avatars of Vishnu, who would have started the avatar? And very interestingly, you will understand, except for the first one, you will understand all the other remaining avatars would have started by this lady called Bhudevi, this Mahalakshmi. So if you see the Hiranyaksha, okay, Varaha avatar, okay, what happens? Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. You all know Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right? Mahavatar Narsimha, you would have watched the movie. So at that time, they have a conversation. And in that conversation, Hiranyaksha asks Hiranyakashipu. They both are very strong. They both are brothers. They have taken over all the three worlds. But now they are thinking, where can I find Vishnu? How can I find Vishnu? Hiranyaksha asks to Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu says, the only way, you can't go and find Vishnu, but you can make Vishnu come to you. Then immediately Hiranyaksha asks, how can I make Vishnu come to me? Then he says, go and get the Bhudevi. Get Mother Earth. Go and take control of Mother Earth. Keep her under your control. Vishnu will come flying to make sure that Mother Earth is retrieved. Because Vishnu can't be without Bhudevi. So immediately what happens? Hiranyaksha takes the Mother Earth and takes the earth to under the ocean. Then who comes? Vishnu's avatar. Comes straight away, kills Hiranyaksha and takes the earth. So what was the prod? Bhudevi. Yeah, in this scenario, in Rama's avatar, Bhudevi basically came from the earth, and she actually made sure all the monkey minds, millions of monkey minds, get liberation by taking the name of the Lord, by doing Rama's work, liberation by going in front to Lanka. So Rama followed Bhudevi. How about Krishna's avatar? How did it initiate? Why did Krishna come? Only reason Krishna came was because second chapter of Mahabharata. Bhudevi goes to Krishna, Lord Vishnu, and says, oh my God, there is so much population and people are thinking all kinds of nonsense. I want this population removed from my chest. Please clear off people from my place. She says these in shlokas. Oh my God, please remove them. Then Vishnu says, I will come down as Krishna for a duration of one arti. One arti means one arti that the devas do for Vishnu. I will be there only for one arti time. In that time, I will clear off 18 akshonis of population. Is that okay for you? He asks in the second chapter to Bhudevi. Bhudevi says, 18 akshoni is fine. Please come. Clear everybody off and go. And then Vishnu comes down as Krishna. And what does he do? During that Aarti time, 18 Akshanis. If you see on this side of the Mahabharata war, 11 Akshani of army is standing. On the other side, 7 Akshani is standing. He clears everybody off and he goes back before the Aarti time finishes. So who was the prod? Bhudevi. Okay, so Bhu Suktam we'll be teaching you. And Bhu is very important. Okay, and Bhu Devi Suktam is very important. So Shri Suktam, Bhu Suktam. Bhu is power, body power, health, because we eat food from the earth. And that's what actually makes sure our body is sustained. So Bhu Suktam will give you the health. Shri Suktam will give you the auspiciousness. And the third one is Neela Suktam. Neela is the third aspect of Mahalakshmi. And Neela basically is a mixture of sun, moon, and fire aspects. Now, this Neela Devi, Neela Suktam, is our Nagnajati. That's the reason I told so many things. So, Nagnajati is who? Neela. Beautiful lady. Face like a moon. Radiance like a sun. Eyes like fire. Beautiful dancing ability. So Krishna dances with Nagnajati all the time. So Satyabhama is who's Satyabhama? Bhu Devi. Bhu Lakshmi. Who's Rukmini? Shri Devi. Okay. So he marries Rukmini in one way and he has a Shri Devi type of romance with her. He marries Satyabhama and he has a different type of romance with her as a Bhu Devi one. And this one is Neela Devi. And with Neela Devi, he dances like anything. But Bhu Devi then asks, you always dance with Nagnajati, but you don't dance basically like that with me. And Krishna says, no, that is Neela. This is Bhu, you are Bhu. How about Bhu then? Did Bhu actually, I told you with Bhu Devi, always she is concerned about us people. So she did so much work. She made sure all those monkey minds were all transformed, right? Did she do the same thing during Krishna avatar? What did Bhudevi do during Krishna avatar? She should have done the same thing, right? Because Bhudevi is concerned about us. Did she really help us? Yes. The story of Diwali.
Narakasura.
So Narakasura story. In the Narakasura, what happens? When I told you, when the Varaha avatar goes and takes the earth up, Varaha avatar and Bhudevi, they have a child. His name is Narakasura. Okay. He was actually called Naraka. He wasn't an Asura at that time. But he asks for a boon. And he says, the boon is, you can only kill me if Bhumata, my mother, Bhudevi, is there. Otherwise, you can't kill. So will any mother allow her son to die? No. But what happens? He gets the boon during Varaha avatar. After the Varaha avatar, there was Narsimha avatar, Vamana avatar, Parashurama avatar, Rama avatar. This guy is happily living, Narakasuran. Why? Because he has asked for mother to come to be killed. So Nana Bhudevi wasn't ready to kill him. She was very happy. But through all these avatars, he was giving trouble. And during the Krishna avatar, whom did I say as Bhudevi? Who is Krishna's wife?
Satyabhama.
Satyabhama. So what does Krishna do? He decides he is going to kill Narakasura. So he doesn't take Rukmini. He has Ashtabharyas, eight wives. Which one did he take?
Bhudevi.
Yes, Satyabhama he takes. And what does Bhudevi do? Very interesting. After killing the Narakasura, there are 16,000 women in Narakasura's place. So Bhudevi says, can you give all these 16,000 women this thing? Can they be your dasi? Can they be the servants of you? Means The monkeys, millions of monkeys, their monkey minds, millions of minds getting transformed. Here she is facilitating 16,000 women to get transformed and merge with the Krishna. And 16,100, let's put it correctly. And what happens, our people will look at all these things and say, Krishna has had 16,100 plus 8, 16,108 wives. Like this. Rama had only one. Krishna had this much. No, the same Sita only has come as 8. There only one lady, here he is dealing with as the 8. So that's one thing. So are we clear with the concept of Neela? Neela Suktam will teach you after this Shri Suktam, then Bhu Suktam, then Neela Suktam. Okay. After that, the Neela Devi only has come. Now, interesting point here is 7 bulls. What does that mean? And why did the other people not, why did the other kings could not control these bulls? Why only Krishna could control the bulls? If it's a physical activity, anybody, any person with big belt could have been able to control, right? Why only Krishna could? So look into the thing. And what does this dowry mean? Look into this thing from the inner perspective. The 7 bulls are the 7 worlds, 7 lokas. So according to Hinduism, according to Sanatana Dharma, we have 14 lokas, right? 7 down, Atala, Vitala, Patal, it goes till Patal Lok. We don't need that. That's lower than our level. We have already come up to Bhuloka. And from Bhuloka, we have total of 7 worlds, including Bhuloka. So these 7 bulls are nothing but, you need to visualize this wedding by closing your eyes. And Krishna, what he is really doing is, he's taking over the 7 worlds. Okay, and when he takes over the 7 worlds, he marries Neela Devi, Mahalakshmi as Neela Devi, the one who has complete control of sun, moon, and fire. And that mergence happened when he took over the 7 worlds. Now, that's the reason why one Purana says one person became the 7. Another person says he moved from one to another to another to another. The reason why it says this is because we have to move from one to another to another to another. So what are the 7 lokas? Gayatri Mantra. So the abridged version of the Gayatri Mantra talks about the 3 lokas. What are the 3? Bhu, Bhuva, and Suva. The first 3 lokas. Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha. Yeah, that's the abridged version. And I taught you a pranayama, which will immediately release your stress straight away. The Gayatri Pranayama, which has the unabridged version of the Gayatri Mantra. That has all the 7 worlds, not just the 3. What is that mantra? I think it's been 1 year since I taught it. So I wouldn't expect you to do it. I mean, know it other than if you're doing it. But guys who are doing it should be able to know. Krishna, what are the 7 lokas? What is the full version of the Gayatri Mantra?
Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuaha, Om Suaha, Om
Yeah.
Mahaha, Om
Yeah.
Janaha, Om
Yeah.
Tapaha, Om Satyam.
Yes. So these are the 7 worlds. So what do? You hold your hand, you raise your thing, and you chant. When you are actually doing the pranayama, you visualize Krishna going from Bhuloka to Bhuvarloka to Suvarloka to Mahaloka, okay, to Jana, to Tapa, and then finally to Satya, Satyaloka. He is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And when he goes to the Satyaloka, he weds Mahalakshmi, the Nagna Jati, Mahalakshmi Satya. And his 5th thing, why is she the 5th one? Because the 5 basically means the 5 senses. We have to control the 5 senses so that we can rise ourselves to the lokas. So what are these lokas again? So the bhu is the simplest way of explaining. It has a lot of meanings, but then I'll be there in this class itself, on this topic itself, till 10 o'clock. I don't want to do that. But the simplest way of explaining is, bhu is the physical loka. Normally, bhu is earth plane, right? Then normally, bhuvaha is more of the mental plane. Okay, where you have the Chandralokam, we call it. The mind is connected to the moon all the time. I keep telling you this all the time. Okay, if you go to Gosforth, I tell you St. Nicholas Hospital, uh, our mental hospital in Newcastle, they won't give you any shifts if it is a full moon day. They won't give you any holidays if it's a full moon day. Why? Because all of them know that the mind activity is very high when the mind, it's connected to the moon. So mental. Suvar Loka is actually what we call as heaven generally. Okay, that is more spiritual plane. Okay, and then when we go next into the Mahar Loka is the cosmic intelligence in Sanatana Dharma. Our intelligence, we call the area of Hiranyagarbha. And then we have the Janaloka. Janaloka is where Brahma's sons are there. You know, the creation happens. The creative part happens there, the creation. So all the divine beings are in the Janaloka. Sorry, the next one is the Tapaloka. Om Tapaha. So Tapaha is where the Saptarishis are there. The penance, the area of penance, people who have actually done a lot of penance end up in the Tapaloka. And the last one is Satyam, where it's ultimate truth. Okay, and that's the Satyaloka. So normally in Rig Veda, the Gayatri mantra that we are taught is Om, when we raise the pranayama and start doing it, Om Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Om Bhuvaha, Om Suvaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha. Yes, Krishna, say Om Satyam, Om Tat Saviturvarenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Yeah, go on. Now that he's there, let's use him. Yeah, and
Om Apaha Jyotirasaha Amritam Brahma Bhurvaswaram.
yes. So that's the full version of the Gayatri. And this full version of the Gayatri is beautifully linked to the fifth wedding of Krishna with the Neela Devi, Mahalakshmi. This is Nagnajati, the princess of Koshala. So the princess of Koshala in Rama Avatar, Kaushalya got married to Dasharatha and she could birth Rama. In the Krishna Avatar, the princess of Koshala, that is the daughter of Nagnajit, who's called Nagnajati or Satya, got the opportunity to marry the avatar himself. So Krishna, is that okay? Action story?
Yes, that was really good.
Perfect. Next class, I will promise for you both, next two classes I will do. What did you ask for?
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark I'll do. It's beautiful story, full of fun, full of joy. Noah's Ark was created basically by Sanatana Dharma. So, but it became more popular with the testaments. So we'll do that and we'll talk about that. Okay. So if you want, you can stay. If you don't want, it's fine for the next 20 minutes. So one question that people have asked me here was then why, the aspect that I want to touch base on dowry is the 9 lakh people who went along with Krishna. Was that dowry? Not really. Always Mahalakshmi is interested in us. Okay, and when an avatar comes down, Mahalakshmi wants to make sure maximum number of people get access to that avatar and get transformed, get moksha. So these 9 lakh people basically got an opportunity, just like the 16,100 women from Narakasura. These 9 lakh people got an opportunity to move to Dwaraka and stay with Krishna and get the divine sparsham, sambhashan, both of Krishna. Because of whom? Neela Devi. Who's Neela Devi? Satya. Her name is Satya. Okay. We also call her Nagnajati, because she is the daughter of Nagnajat. So Nagnajati or Neela Devi or Satya, however you want to call. Neela Devi is the part of the Mahalakshmi that I'll resonate to. And she is actually an aspect of Santana Lakshmi, we call her.
Kailash ji,
Santana.
sorry, एक confusion हो गया. Satya and Satyabhama are two different.
Yes, Satyabhama
okay.
is Bhudevi.
Yes, okay.
Okay, but this lady is basically Nagnajati. Nagnajati is basically the lady who married. Okay, so why is my battery not working? So this is the fifth one, right? We discussed this, and
Sorry,
the interesting part.
Kailash, did you say she is the Santana Lakshmi?
She is a Santana Lakshmi as well in the Ashta Lakshmis. Normally in Vedic parlance, we take Lakshmi, as I told you, as three: Shri Sukta, Shri Suktam, Shri Bhu Suktam, and Neela Suktam. But in Ashta Lakshmis, we will say she is part of Santana Lakshmi. Now, what does Santana Lakshmi basically mean? Because in this scenario, Bhudevi, Satyabhama, actually helped only 16,100 women. But this lady, Santana Lakshmi, did more than the Bhudevi. She got 9 lakh people. Some people think it's 9 million. That's 90 lakh. In Padma Puran, it's 90 lakh. So that's a lot of people. Why did she do more than even Bhudevi? This Lakshmi. What does Santana Lakshmi mean, according to you? Uma, you are on mute. I'm not asking difficult questions, right? You know that. Yeah,
I think it's just a depiction of, Lakshmi having a child, isn't it? When you put the Golu and all, you see Lakshmi with a small child on her lap.
So you pray to Santana Lakshmi for a child. Am I right?
I don't know.
Okay, so if what happens normally is when you're waiting for a child, then they'll say, oh, do prayers to Santana Lakshmi, and then have a child, because she is the one who gives. Santana means normally children. That's what you might say, but it's not the case. Then does it mean that once you have children, you should stop praying to Santana Lakshmi, to Nagnajati? No. For example, here Divya ji is there. If she is going on Instagram, so normally Thana basically means influence. If your influence has to grow more, so children, you will have an influence on your children. If you want to increase your influence in any way, for example, if you want to get more and more popular, okay, if you want to increase your influence on people, on what you talk, people should listen. Politicians, they do Santana Lakshmi Homam a lot, because then a lot of people will listen to them. See, you go and stand, not everybody, people won't look at all the people and listen to them. Only some people will command that thing. Santana Lakshmi gives you that power to influence. And that's the reason why
I think his laptop switched off because battery wasn't connected. I'll message him on the chat. Let's see what he says.
I lost you there. My phone, computer went off. Yeah. So your influence. So what happened here with Nagnajati? Very beautiful. She did, right? She actually made sure when she was going from UP all the way to, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So it's beautiful what Nagnajati did. When she is going from UP to Dwaraka, what did her dad do? I told you. Nagnajat is a Vedic scholar. Although he was a king, he was a Vedic scholar. Okay. So why did he first thing why did he insist on Krishna to do that? Because he wanted Krishna to go all the seven lokas, go to the Brahma Loka, Satya Loka, the top Loka in the seven. That is one thing. So he wanted to experience. Everybody was experiencing Krishna going through the seven lokas. That is the experience that he wanted to visualize. And second thing, what did Nagnajati do? Nagnajati made sure she took along with him, whether it's 9 million you say or 9 lakh you say, whichever Puran you want to go for. The details don't matter. The numbers don't matter. It's the spiritual meaning that matters. So she took along with her 9 lakh people to Dwaraka. And these 9 lakh people from UP, they went to Dwaraka. They had the darshan, sparshan, and sambashan of the Divine Lord. Look how beautifully Lakshmi always keeps an eye on what needs to be done. When the avatar comes down, she wants to make sure all her children get maximum opportunities with the avatar. So that people think that is dowry. But they use the word dowry. Oh, okay, Krishna took dowry. This is what they actually talk about. But it's not dowry. It is like you need to understand. People don't understand the logic by seeing it that way. Krishna has married 16,108 women. No, 8 Bharyas only. That is 8 Bharyas also Ashta Lakshmi only. That eight Lakshmis also is only one Lakshmi coming as in 8 manifestations. Okay, so if you are praying this Ashtalakshmis, the interesting point is prayers will vary. Beej will vary. See, Krishna has a beej of clean, for example, only one beej. Whereas for Lakshmi, depending on which Lakshmi, Dana Lakshmi, if you're doing, Dhanya Lakshmi, you are doing, beej will also vary. So, depending on what you want, you have to go to that goddess. Dhanam and Dhanyam is different because you might think a person who is rich will have a lot of food. But in personal life, I've seen a lot of times the people who are rich wouldn't have the food when they need it, when they are hungry. They'll be eating cheese sandwich. And when I go to a farm or a village in India, we'll have so much food there. They will serve so much because they are filled with dhanyam. Okay, you'll have a full course meal. There'll be a lot of people here who will have so much money. They'll be earning 6 figures salary, but they'll be going to the local canteen in the hospital, which serves really bad food. Okay, so then it basically means you have the Dhana Lakshmi, but you don't have the benevolence of the Dhanya Lakshmi. Have you noticed it? I've met some of my cousins who will go and they'll be just buying Greg's or something because that's the only thing which will be available. Okay, so Dhana, Dhanya, all these things, the different types of Lakshmi, how they are linked to the Ashtabharyas, that's an interesting point. But I wanted to touch base from the Neela Devi point. Okay, the third point is regarding a question that has come. If Rama is so good, why did he actually leave Sita in the middle of the forest when she is pregnant? I think I dealt with this question before. But because we have a little, can I take 10 minutes? You all okay? Okay. How many of you know this answer? If you know this answer, you can leave the call. It's perfectly fine. So, how many of you think that Rama made a mistake? Leaving his wife when she is pregnant. Skanda, can you close this door, please? Because it's serious topic. How many of you think Rama made a mistake? If you're open, please be open because there's no point. Love for God is what we rest on. Okay, we call a Vedic dictum our life as Daiva Preeti, Papa Bhiti, Sangha Niti. What it means is the Sangha Niti is morality in society. Morality in society will happen not through police or CCTV camera, according to Sanatana Dharma. Those can't give you. You can't control a crowd like that. If you see in India, you will get for every one lakh person, there is one police professional. Is it possible to run a society like that? But the reason why the society is running is because of this Vedic dictum. Daiva Preeti, love for God. Love for God will lead to fear of sin, Papa Bhiti. Fear of sin will automatically come, and then morality in the society, Sangha Niti, happens. So if you don't respect a person, you can't love him. So if you don't respect Rama, if you think that Rama did something wrong, then please tell me, I will clarify it so that you will love him. Did he do something?
I have only one doubt, that he should have accepted his kids
He
on
should
the
have.
ones, yeah,
No,
like
but leaving
at the very
Sita in
first
the
coup.
middle of the forest, is it basically correct? This is what the she has asked. The lady is here in this call who has asked this question. So all others, do you think that Rama left? No, yes. But Rama left, no. What is the inner meaning of that? Did Rama leave or not? Rama left, right? So
Yeah.
that's bad thing only, no? Leaving a pregnant lady in the middle of the forest. I'm just trying to determine whether only this lady has the question or all of you also have the question. No, why? We are a dharma
I'm
follower.
trying to remember, Kailash. You've said this before, I think
Yes,
he
I
leaves her
told,
with
yes.
Valmiki, because that's like her mother or something home. I can't remember. I'm trying to connect. You've said this
So,
before.
yeah. So, when we were talking, I was giving you the age when she became pregnant, what was the age difference and all that part, right? When they got married, 12 and a half and 6. And then basically all the parts, I was giving you all the information, chronological order. Now, Rama has started the Rama Rajya. And when he started the Rama Rajya, first 2 years, both of them were together. They were ruling together, Rama and Sita. Now, what does Rama Rajya mean? And there are shlokas which actually talks about Rama Rajya. Okay, and it's very interesting to read the shlokas and then reflect on this particular shlokas. So the shloka doesn't mean he was making sure everybody gets food alone. He was making sure everybody gets food. That is there. But the interesting point that you need to remember with Ramaraja is Rama was running it like a yajna. His rule was a yajna. He was doing a yajna. In that yajna, what he was doing is, I told you the five senses of the people. He was holding the five senses of all the people in his kingdom under his grip. So we call this yajna as Ashwamedha yajna. Ashwa means that which keeps moving all the time. Always moving. There is no stillness. So Ashwatha tree basically means people tree. People tree, if you see, the leaves will be moving. Even if there is no breeze, there'll be small movements happening. Ashwa basically as a animal is horse. If you see horse, they will always keep moving. Even in their sleep, their tummy or something will keep moving all the time. Okay. So like that, our sense organs constantly keep moving. Okay. Now, Meda means we have taught you Meda Suktam. Meda means your intelligence, Buddhi, right? So using the Meda, the Buddhi, you have to control your mind, right? Because you have the sense organs, mind. So after that, you have the Buddhi. And when you control the mind using the Buddhi, by controlling your senses, controlling our senses, which is going haywire, yeah, then what happens? You can actually feel the Atmic bliss, the bliss that is there in our Atma, which is our true being. Our true being is that bliss, that happiness within. But when can we feel that happiness within? When our Meda Shakti is strong enough to basically hold the Ashwa. Which is the Ashwa? The horses which are always moving, the sense organs. When the sense organs are under control, the mind starts to still. And when the mind starts to still, using the buddhi, you're stopping it. That's when you are in Atmic bliss, you are in bliss forever. So what he was doing was he was doing it like a yajna. He was holding the sense organs. So nobody everybody had only good thoughts. Everybody was blissful. Valmiki writes a shloka where he says, he doesn't say everybody was happy. He says everyone was Ananda Swarupa. They were embodiments of bliss. So Rama kept them like that. His impact was such that, when Krishna comes sometimes, they say that all the Gopikas will be in Ananda. Gopis and Gopikas, because mere presence of him, he doesn't have to touch anybody, just mere presence, everybody around him will be in Ananda. Why? Because straight away when Krishna came there, in that vicinity, okay, he could he could still all their minds, he could control all their sense organs, and everyone was experiencing the bliss. Which bliss were they experiencing? The bliss wasn't coming from Krishna. Krishna was holding and stilling the mind. They were experiencing their own Atmic bliss, the Krishna within them. They were experiencing that bliss. Am I making sense? Yeah. So Rama was doing it for the entire crowd. And when he is doing that, his wife is becoming pregnant. She is going to deliver. She will be delivering. At that time, one guy gets. So none of them have had any wrong thoughts, not even a single bad thought, because Rama's power was like that. He could hold them like that. That's the reason why in the end of Rama Avatar, yeah, who came with him? Rama said openly to everybody in Ayodhya, whoever wants to come with me, walk behind me. I'll take you to my place, to Vaikunta. So many people walked with him. He went into the river. All the people, many people, citizens of Ayodhya walked into the river. They all got moksha. Why did they get moksha? Because their mind was so still already. Has been still ever since Rama was ruling. Their senses were so much under control that everybody got moksha. Their Meda was so strong because of Rama's work, not because of them. They didn't do much. Yeah, but that was the level in which he had actually brought them with his yajna. He was not ruling, it wasn't a rule. Valmiki writes that he was doing a yajna there. We call that as Ashwamedha yajna, where we actually do the particular thing. Okay, we leave the horse is the senses, and then somebody will come and catch it and control. We call that. So when he was doing, and when his wife was pregnant, at that time, one guy left his senses out and he had a bad thought. Now, according to us, it is just one guy. But according to Rama, he missed it. When the whole world was, when the whole kingdom was under his control, when everybody was in bliss. In fact, there is a shloka there that during Rama's reign, not one father lost his son. Because Putra Shokam nobody had, losing the son. Nobody had any negative thinking. Nobody had any disease. Why did they not have disease? Because they were constantly in Atmic bliss, filled with positivity and joy. And this guy had one thing. The moment Rama listens to that, he knew my Mahalakshmi should not be delivering a child where there is an iota of negativity. Why should my children be born in a place where there is negative thought, where there is wrong thought? Then immediately he looks. And Sita came from Bhuloka, from earth. Who else came from Bhuloka? Valmikam, ant hill. Valmiki came. He came out of that ant hill. He was from Bhuloka. So what did Rama do? He said, "You go to your brother's place," because the source is the same, Valmiki and Sita. So what he says is, you go there. It is a ashram. The vibrations will be pure. And there is a second meaning, a second very nuanced meaning to it, because Valmiki will now start writing the Ramayana. This Ramayana is going to be played on for years and years and years. And somebody has to fact check this Ramayana. Who will be doing it? When somebody,
Sita Ma.
yes. So Sita mother can be staying there. She will be listening to the glories of the Lord. What's the best way to deliver a baby? Where there is zero negativity, constantly thinking about the Lord, next to her own brother. So what does Rama do? He says very beautifully, if you see the strategic way in which he deals, this is a husband dealing. Okay. Husband is very careful about his wife. And husband as a ruler, I'll tell you in a minute. So this is Rama, loving husband. He says to Krishna, Lakshmana, take her first thing in the morning. So Lakshmana says, what is this? I'm going to take her. Lakshmana doesn't know. Says, what is this? Pregnant lady. She is not even ready. He says, no, first thing in the morning. And then he says, drop her exactly in this place. Okay, in a place near Mathura. So that's where Valmiki ashram was there. But Valmiki ashram was not where he asked her to drop. So then Lakshmana is feeling so sad. He is crying and everything, and he goes and drops her in the middle of the forest and comes. But what Lakshmana doesn't know, but what Sita knows, is that Sita is basically being put in a place which is close to the river where Valmiki comes early in the morning. That's the reason Sita was taken to that place. That's the reason Rama says, go first thing, because then Valmiki goes in the morning to that river and he walks through that path. And Sita, what she does, she wails. Why does she wail? Mahalakshmi, will she ever cry? Absolutely not. And that too, that Lakshmi is like not eight Lakshmis like Krishna's avatar. She is 8 into 8 as one, Sita. She is just wailing so that Valmiki even listen to her. So she shouts in the top of her voice. And Valmiki has just had his Sanya morning ablutions. He is coming, he comes straight, takes her. So how about the King Rama? Imagine this, so beautiful. Master stroke, this guy is. King Rama, he has to now take care of his wife. And his wife is a queen, his own queen. Will she actually deliver in a place which is not part of his kingdom? Will she deliver his sons in a place which is out of his control? Absolutely not. So what does Rama do? Calls this thing, Shatrughna, and says, Ravana's son, Ravana had a son. Oh, am I running too late or is it okay? Sorry, I just want to check. 2 more minutes. Can I finish? Ravana's son, Lavanasura, his name is. Lavanasura is ruling Mathura. He is trouble. He is creating a lot of trouble. So this Lavanasura didn't take part in the Rama-Ravana war. Okay. He said, I don't want to be involved in what is happening in Lanka. This is my kingdom. I'm going to take care. Because Ravana was actually from Pune. He was ruling Mathura part of it. He was perfectly fine. He didn't want to get involved in this. So this Lavanasura, he says, Rama says to Shatrughna, go and kill Lavanasura and take over the land and rule that land. So Shatrughna doesn't want to question Rama. But if you see the four brothers, they are very close. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna. And Bharata can't be without Shatrughna. Shatrughna can't be without Bharata. But now Shatrughna is getting sent by Rama. Why? He wanted that area where his wife is going to deliver his children. So he is prepared to move away, separate from his own brother. But what he says is, go the previous day night to Shatrughna. And he says, go the previous day night, stay overnight in Valmiki ashram. And next day morning, you kill Lavanasura. Then Shatrughna says, Shatrughna means the name of the meaning of his name, Shatrughna, basically means slayer of enemies. He was perfect and adept in warfare. He was good in warfare. So he says, why should I go previous day night and then wait till morning, and why should I kill him? Then Rama says, no. Lavanasura, just like his dad Ravana, is a great devotee of Shiva. So Shiva has given one of his Trishulas, to Lavanasura. So the moment Lavanasura holds on to the Trishula, it's impossible for you to defeat him. So then Shatrughna asks, then what should I do? Then he says, but he really respects the Trishula that's given by Shiva. So he has kept the Trishula, he keeps the Trishula in his altar. And he goes in the morning for his morning ablutions, has a shower, has a bath in the river. Then he comes back and then only he will take the Trishula because he values it so much. He doesn't touch it after he is awake. So when he is going in the morning, you catch him at that time, engage in a fight, and you kill him. Rama says, that is the time you can kill him because he wouldn't have touched the Trishula. So what happens? Shatrughna goes and stays at Valmiki ashram. Yeah. And when he goes and stays in Valmiki ashram, he also listens to the Ramayana that is written. Why does Shatrughna have to listen to the Ramayana that is getting written? Sita is listening, no? That's enough, right?
To the
Because
story before Sita was born, that's that bit.
exactly, very good point. So the Balakandam has to be verified. Very good, Uma. So Balakandam has to be verified. So Sita can verify anything basically from the time she met Rama. Okay. But the remaining information, because Valmiki is seeing everything as a chakshushi, like a gooseberry in his hand, and he is writing. That information needs to be verified. So who will actually verify the childhood part, the Balakanda part, the chapters of Ramayana? So when Shatrughna goes, Valmiki tells him the Balakanda. Not once, multiple times. Then Shatrughna kills Lavanasura and he rules the land for how many years? He rules that land for 12 years exact. 12 years is the time when Lava and Kusha start actually propagating the Ramayana. That is the time when they are carrying. So all this while, they were under the land of whose rule? Shatrughna's rule. And after 12 years, Rama calls Shatrughna and Shatrughna says, brother, I have been living like this without you three. Thank God you called me. Thank you. So can I now come with you, stay with you? And he says, yes, yes, the job is done. My sons are 12. You're okay. You can come back because I'm going to meet my sons anyway. So Rama made sure it was good. In fact, there is also another incident where Shatrughna goes to Valmiki's ashram. And there, Lava and Kusha have just started telling the Ramayana. And the moment Lava and Kusha start telling the Ramayana, Sita calls her sons, says, this is Shatrughna. And you know what she says? These are my children. And she looks at Lava and Kusha and says, sing the Balakandam to Shatrughna. So then they both sing the entire Balakandam, the first chapter to Shatrughna. And Shatrughna verifies the entire happenings. And he says, yeah, this happened. Yeah, that happened. And everything. So Sita also knew. So Rama made sure it was all basically taken care of very well, very nicely. That their sons were taken care of very nicely. The work was written, Ramayana was written very beautifully. It was verified by Shatrughna and Sita. The energy was given by Mahalakshmi herself by sitting there. Without that energy, Valmiki wouldn't have been able to write it. Okay, but it's the beauty of Rama. Rama made sure that not his sons would not be born even where there is an iota of negativity. So you have to see from the perspective of who we are dealing with. We are dealing with Mahalakshmi. We are dealing with Neela Devi. We are dealing with people like Bhudevi, Sri Devi. And this marriage of Krishna with Nagnajati is not just like this. This is Krishna going the seven worlds and then marrying the Neela Devi herself, the Santana Lakshmi herself. And they had 10 children after that. Okay, so that's the beauty of it. So if you see that way, then all these words like dowry, multiple marriages, then feminism ideas, all those things will not come to us. So that is something. Now, Krishna has put this Om Bhuhu Om Bhuvaha pranayama. If you want more information, I can tell you how to go take the breath up, then how to release the breath and all those things. Okay, that's another thing. And also, Burbu Aswarom, that one you have Om Apo Janeta Chanaha, Jyoti Rasaha, Jyoti Rasam. We'll talk about this probably next time. And next class, I will touch base on this Noah's Ark that these guys are talking about. That is from Sanatana Dharma only. You all know Noah's Ark story? Noah's Ark movie? Yes? No, but that one is from Sanatana Dharma. They have taken it. I'll tell you about it. Okay. Was it interesting? Good? Cool. Seven Bulls, Nagnajati. Have a nice time. Thank you. And I'm really sorry. It's well past 10 o'clock. Do apologize.
Thank you so much.
Sai Ram. Yes.
Tyra, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Kailash.
Thank you.
Nagnajati's father put this condition. Yes. Krishna has already married Satyabhama. No, Satyabhama that time. Yes. She was the fifth wife, basically. Please teach us pranayama. Definitely, we'll do that. And then please share the lyrics of that is already been shared by Krishna. Yes. Okay. Any questions? Was it too much information? Was it okay?
It was brilliant,
I'm going to
brilliant,
stop the
Kailash.
recording if it's okay.
It was brilliant, Kailash ji.